Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph Gutierrez and this is covering compounding. In today's video, we're going to take a look at a guaranteed income annuity, what I like to nickname the go-go annuity. This particular annuity gives us a heightened payouts, especially in the early years of retirement. This particular annuity may not be the best for everybody, but it could fit the bill for a number of different kind of clients, especially when viewed from a more comprehensive retirement income plan. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at how this annuity is different than other guaranteed income type annuities and how we can utilize this particular annuity to benefit us in retirement, especially in our early years, in those go-go years where we're out having fun or moving assets around or whatnot, so that we can have the income that we need to enjoy ourselves, right? So first things first, let's just go over this particular annuity, and we're going to be focusing on the carrier Corebridge. Okay, so this is formerly known as AIG. Okay, AIG's been around for over 100 years, A+ type carrier, and we're going to be looking at a fixed index annuity with the income rider. Okay, and this is part of our guaranteed income. Okay, so block, if you will. So if you've seen some of our videos, we talk about our philosophy on retirement. We call it Retirement Ready. We have different blocks to the triangle, and the bottom most important layer, in our opinion, is guaranteed income, making sure that you know where your income's coming from and that it's guaranteed and will always be there in the early years, in the middle years, and in the later years of retirement. Okay, very important. So we're going to be focusing on that. We're going to touch on other items as well and how they all interact as far as the retirement ready model. So first things first, we'll kind of model this out, how most people understand kind of these guaranteed income type annuities. So we have our annuity here. We're going to assume we have a 58-year-old male, and he has $500,000. Okay, and he plans on retiring at age 65. Okay, so when we talk about these guaranteed income type of annuities, most of them are level designs, so level payout structures. Okay, so we're going to defer for a number of years, and then we're going to turn on income, and the income's going to ride us all the way through retirement. It's going to be there no matter what, and if it's a joint payout, it's going to be there for us and our spouse. Okay, so in this case, we're assuming that we're turning on income at age 65. We'll kind of draw this out briefly here. Okay, so this $500,000, let's just call it, I don't know, for example, a level payout, maybe like $62,000 a year, every year for the rest of retirement, for the rest of our lives, for life. Okay, so a level payout structure, pretty cool. Most people prefer this type of income annuity. Okay, so the longer we defer, the more we increase our payout until when we do turn it on, we have a nice level payout that's going to carry us through retirement. Okay, so this, we could say this one is the more preferred type of guaranteed income product more times than not. That said, we're going to be focusing on this other type of annuity where it's more of a max payout design, especially in early years. So let's go ahead and draw this out. And this is with the same carrier. You can do a level or you can do this max payout design with Corebridge. Other carriers do similar things. We're focusing on this particular carrier for today. So we're going to say, same thing, draw this out, age 58 to age, I don't know, 65. And then we'll model it out to age 73. Okay, and we have the same 500,000, and we're dealing with Corebridge again. So the way it works out, okay, on paper here, and we're going to look at the actual illustrations in a moment here, but to model this out, we're going to defer first the same number of years, about 7 years, turn on income at age 65, and we're going to have an increased payout for those early years of retirement. Okay, so something like this. Okay, let me just clean this up. Something like this. And then the policy, the annuity, will pay less after a certain number of years. We'll say roughly around age 73. It does depend on the performance of the annuity, which we'll get into here. So the idea here is instead of roughly $62,000 a year, maybe we have closer to 74K in our early years of retirement, our go-go years, as they call it, go-go. Right? So we're out there having fun, going on cruises and enjoying ourselves in our early years of retirement when we have the energy and we want to kind of see the world thing. So what's nice is that we do have this increased steady level payout for our early years. And then when the account value decreases to zero, goes to zero, that's when the payout structure, it doesn't go to zero, it just reduces usually around like 30% or so. Okay, so instead of 74, it's going to reduce 30 to 40% ish for the remainder of retirement. So on, let's say for instance, it happens at age 73, so we're going to have that reduction in income. Now for some people that's a bit of a turnoff, it's understandable, but we're going to kind of blend this together with our model for retirement income planning. You kind of see where we're going with this. But so we'll just look at it like this. So why would we be interested in having a heightened payout type of structure here with our guaranteed income? Well, for one, if we are delaying Social Security, so the payouts, or we have a pension, okay? So remember, when we're delaying for Social Security, we're going to get 8% increase every year until age 70, till 70 years, okay? So we're going to have heightened payouts if we wait a little bit longer. So a lot of people, they'll take their Social Security earlier because they need the money to get through, especially the early years of retirement, but they permanently lower their amount of guaranteed income, especially through the Social Security system, that they could possibly draw. Now, this particular annuity kind of fills in that gap so that we can delay Social Security or whenever our pension kicks in or other annuity, things like that, okay? What is another reason that we may be interested in this annuity? Well, the most obvious reason is we just want to go have fun. Okay, they call it the go-go years for a reason. Okay, this extra income for a lot of people could just be very useful when they're out and about, traveling the world, going on cruises, visiting family. Maybe they're moving around their assets in their other accounts, their stock portfolio, real estate investments, and they want to have that extra income for the safety and also the liquidity so they can go out and do the things they want to do, especially in those early years. Okay, and then what's the third reason that we kind of like this annuity for certain cases? Okay, the third reason rather, is because it coincides pretty well with retirement income planning. Okay, this is a more comprehensive approach. So what we mean by this, and we do things differently here than maybe other agents that you'll see on the YouTubes or out around your neighborhood agent. Okay, we don't just sell an annuity and see you later and have a good one kind of thing. No, we put together more comprehensive retirement income plans with insurance-based products so that you can have that safety and liquidity in retirement. So one of the ways we like to model this, and we talked about this on previous videos, welcome you to check out our video on the retirement ready model, but we'll kind of draw this out briefly here for you, is we basically model this out by a triangle. Let me just get this out of the way. I'm going to draw it in real time here. Kind of clean this up a little bit. So the bottom layer, obviously, is the guaranteed income, which is what we're talking about. It's the foundation. It's the income that we're going to be expecting and drawing on, especially in the early years of retirement. Well, what's the top layer? Well, the top layer is accumulation. Okay, so this stands for a different type of annuity that accumulates over time and that grows a nice steady benefit base for us that we can turn on income later and it can be useful for us. So one of the ways we like to approach this interesting dilemma, because remember, we do have a 30% decrease right here that we can see right here at age 73, which is kind of a turnoff for a lot of people. What we like to do in this scenario is that's when we like to incorporate the second annuity, right? The second annuity that we can turn on at this point. So we'll draw this out, something like this, and out like that. So this annuity would turn on, so this would be annuity number two, and this is annuity one over here. Okay, so that we can have that increase in income based on a totally different type of annuity, and we structure them together. Okay, they kind of work synergistically with each other because these type of accumulation based annuities, so we're talking about accumulation, okay, they don't have necessarily the guarantees like the guaranteed income annuity that we're focusing on today, but they also have a lot of multipliers and better indexing participation rates that can give us stronger payouts, stronger potential payouts, okay? While we rely on different index funds, whether it's the S&P 500 or something more custom, it can give us a potentially stronger payout. Now, the negative with those is that it's better to wait longer and accrue over more time so that we can have those stronger, higher payouts. So one of the things that works really well is we can pair it with a max income type of annuity, especially in the early years, and then incorporate the second annuity, which will carry us through retirement and take care of a lot of the inflation pressures. Okay, we don't like inflation. Nobody likes inflation, right? So the issue for a lot of people when they look at annuities is, well, hey, what happens when the dollar continues to lose its value? I'm still getting the same level payout. That doesn't really work out. Well, by structuring a second annuity and structuring with a product like this, we can have an increased payout during the early years, and then we can have our second annuity come in the clutch right when our payout were to decrease. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a level payout design either. It could look something more like this. It could be more increasing and then level. Okay, so it could have its own makeup, look kind of like this, where maybe say, I don't know, age 83 or so, 83 years old, we have an increasing payout type structure during our early years. Let me just kind of clean this up a little bit. Okay, so we're actually fighting inflation a lot better in this particular scenario. We have an increasing payout type of annuity. Again, these annuities work great in conjunction with this heightened payout annuity by delaying out further so that we can get a stronger payout later, so that by the time we need more income because of inflation fears, we have that income in store for us. Okay, so that's kind of like the two main portions where our income comes from. The middle part of the triangle has to do with health security and long-term care and having that tax-free liquidity. We'll talk about that in future videos. This is health security and legacy planning. Okay, but for the most part, these two particular types of annuity work great, and this annuity that we're focusing on today through Corebridge, the Power 10 Protector Plus is what they call it for their max early payout design. Works great. So now that we touched on how we can incorporate this annuity with retirement income planning, the Retirement Ready model, let's go ahead and take a look at actual illustrations to see how this annuity performs and a little more of the particulars, okay, to see if this is an annuity that may suit us for retirement. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to our illustration software and get a deeper understanding of this annuity, look at some numbers, okay? So we put in our information here. We have a 58-year-old male. He's in Colorado, and he has $500,000, okay? So what you'll see here is that we have enhanced payments, and income can decrease as some of the unique features of this particular annuity. We can see at the top here, the Power 10 Protector Plus income annuity. Okay, so we can see that we're going to get a guaranteed payout, especially in the early years, of almost $75,000. So let's go ahead and illustrate this. All right, so we can see here, we're going to scroll on down. Remember, when we look at these illustrations, we've talked about this in previous videos, how to read these ledgers. But in the beginning, we're going to see a guarantee values ledger, which is going to show us if the annuity does not have any performance whatsoever. The index that we're tied to is flat zero and doesn't return anything, no interest crediting at all. How would the annuity perform? What's kind of like the guaranteed floor as far as how this annuity will perform? So when we look on down here, we'll see that if we turn on income at age 65, our benefit base and our lifetime withdrawal has grown from 500,000 to about 815 $1,000. It grows, has a roll-up rate, as we'll see here. And we have a lifetime withdrawal rate, 9.2% at age 65. We can see we have $74,980 each year until the contract value, the account value, the cash value, however you want to call it, drains to zero. And then we can see that even though our account value has drained completely, we're still getting a payout of a reduced amount of about $48,900. That 30 to 40% decrease, okay, from our heightened payout. We scroll on down here. The hypothetical values are kind of more realistic, okay? These are based on the interest crediting and different caps and features of the index we're tied to. In this case, it's the 1 year point to point. We're 100% allocated to the S&P 500, 1 year point to point with a cap. So we can see that we're getting 4.9% as a cap pay our interest crediting rate per year. On a good year or maybe a 0 year, we'll see a 0 year. Okay, and we can see a hypothetical performance scenario based on like the last 10 years. And when doing so, when we scroll on down here, we can see that we're going to get that $74,980. And the major difference between this ledger and the previous ledger, the guaranteed ledger, is that our payout continues on into our 73rd, 74th year, where we're getting that $74,980, almost $75,000 before it decreases. Well, in the guaranteed scenario, it stopped a few years earlier in our 70th to 71st. So when it decreases, when it kind of ramps down there, depends on how the annuity performs, okay? So we'll go ahead and scroll on down here, and assuming the scenario that's highlighting this hypothetical performance, if we factor everything in, our cumulative withdrawals, our cumulative payout should be about in the neighborhood of $1.7 million, okay, with an effective return rate as we see there. We can scroll on down here, okay. The Power 10 Protector Plus annuity, and it has some growth potential, obviously with fixed index annuities, as other annuities, has the tax deferral, principal protection, all these nice features. This particular annuity, obviously, we're more interested in guaranteed income. That's that base part of our retirement ready triangle. Okay, and we can scroll on down here. Besides some of the basics here, we have a 9% simple roll-up rate. The roll-up rate can go all the way, the roll-up period can go from age 95 or to depletion of the contract. And we have this 1.1% fee, which guarantees this heightened payout and the payouts for the life of the contract. Okay, so remember that fee is just taken from the contract value, the cash value of the policy, and it doesn't actually affect any of the withdrawals. What it really does is it guarantees those kind of payouts. It allows the insurance company to be able to make those guarantees. It helps with the actuarial math in the background. Okay, so that gives us those strong payouts no matter how long we live. Remember, insurance companies, they have a book of business with thousands, if not millions, of different annuitants, all different age ranges and health features and things like that. Some people live to 100 years old. Some people only make it to 75 and anywhere in between, and any kind of variation. So by putting everything together and into one book of business, they're able to give these guarantees so that you can take advantage of this. And if you're healthy and you have a long longevity scale, these types of annuities really help a lot, okay? Especially when we pair it with other annuities to fight inflation and give us those stronger payouts, which we'll go more into in future videos. We just wanted to touch on it as a way of showcasing how this annuity can be paired very well with other annuities and give us kind of heightened payouts, okay? So scroll back on down here, okay? Remember, Corebridge, or also known as, formerly known as AIG, have different scenarios here. You can use the max income type of scenario, or you can have a more level, more consistent stream, and we can actually model that. Before we do, though, we can look here and see that after we're basically at the beginning of our 8th year, our effective payout is about 15% even there for $74,980 of enhanced early payouts there. Okay. Now we can also choose a more level design, which some people prefer. We go to the rider section here. We can actually look at that. So this is the level income option, and assuming this is just a single payout structure here, we can see that our payout is much less, but it's more consistent, 62,755, okay? And that's going to be good all the way through our lives as long as we live. So again, it depends on your scenario, what you're looking to do. If you need the extra income in retirement, how does it fit in an overall comprehensive retirement income plan, and how you want to structure your payouts and your guaranteed income. So remember, what we like to do here at Covering Compounding is put together a full comprehensive retirement income plan with these insurance-based products so that we can have guaranteed income, heightened guaranteed income, the most we can get in our early years. We can fight inflation. We can have the health security and long-term care benefits and different liquidity pools that we can access. We'll talk about that in other videos, but it all kind of comes together in a more comprehensive plan. We don't really do the whole like sell you annuity and see you later, never hear from you again kind of thing. We're here for our clients to give them the most comprehensive structure so that they can have the income and safety that they need throughout retirement. Okay, thank you for watching today's video. We took a look at one of our featured carriers, Corebridge, and we looked at their Power 10 Protector Plus Income Annuity and how we can utilize this and fit this with an overall more comprehensive retirement income plan where we can have heightened payouts in our early years as well as fight inflation in later years by structuring everything correctly. It's a great annuity, especially for people who are waiting for to take Social Security, have a pension in the background, need more money for retirement so they can go enjoy their go-go years, or just to have a more efficient retirement income plan, which is what we like to do here. Be sure to check out our ebook here. Okay, so this is the Retirement Ready model we talked about here. We talked about the lower portion, majority of the video, guaranteed income, and how we can structure that with accumulation-based products to give us that full retirement income plan there. Okay, feel free to check out our website. Okay, we have calculators where you can see this particular annuity, how it stacks up with other annuities. Okay, we have a whole library of different annuities. You just put in your information, the state, how long you want to defer, things like that, and you can take a look at what guaranteed type of annuities are out there and their payout structures so you can plan accordingly way before you even sit down to talk to us. It's a free service. It's something we provide for our potential clients so you can do your upfront research before you come to talk to us. Okay, if you are interested in putting together your own comprehensive retirement income plan through these different insurance-based products so you can have that safety and longevity in retirement for your income, feel free to click the link in the description. It'll take you to our webpage where you can see much of our information. You can see articles, all the different products that we support, and designs and structures, and you can sign up for a free online consultation. During that consultation, the first one is more or less a discovery call where we just get to know you, what your goals are for retirement, what are your fears, what are you trying to do, so we can kind of blend together the best, most comprehensive plan for you for retirement income scenarios there. Okay, remember, everybody's different, so every plan is different. Okay, some people, they just want one type of product. Hey, just give me the guaranteed income. I'll worry about the rest later. Other people, they want the whole package. They want to have safety. They want to have the legacy planning figured out. They want to have safe accumulation. All these different factors that all come together to give us the retirement ready model geared specifically to you. So once again, thanks for watching. Be sure to click like and subscribe. Ring the bell for future notifications on our upcoming videos, and I look forward to seeing you on our journey here becoming retirement ready. Until next time.